doing stuff with a carbon fiber roof. Well, the roof mold, not the roof itself, but it is coming along. I am still waiting on another gallon of the laminating resin, so I could only put down 2 layers of the fabric, which is kind of unfortunate. I wanted to get all that stuff done today, but it's just one of those things. So I thought I got another one, but it was another thing of surface coat. So it's just one of those things to deal with shipping. Everything's kind of just held back right now. So I think you'll be here around Wednesday, which will be nice. In the meantime, I'll just paint some more stuff. I've been getting quite a few pieces painted, which is nice also, because by the time the car and the roof and all that stuff is ready to go, I'll have all the miscellaneous stuff painted. So I'll probably paint the mirror caps pretty soon. I think the thing I'll paint the last is the front and the rear bumper, just because, and the hood, just because they're huge and I don't want them taking up space painted. So it'll be cool. I mean, I'm really happy with how the roof mold is coming out so far. It's very time consuming because it's so large. It's a very, very large mold. It's the biggest mold I've ever made. Most of the molds that I've made before were pretty small pieces, miscellaneous like spats and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it's coming out. I can't wait to see the roof and carbon, and it'll be pretty cool. Cool build. Keep up the great work. Thanks. Good afternoon, Dave. What is going on? Man, this is a Sunday Q&A. I'm barely getting any questions. So yeah, I mean, other than the roof mold, when I do the actual carbon fiber roof, I'll make the FC fan shroud because I have to spray gel coat in the roof mold. So instead of just spraying gel coat at separate times, I'll just do the gel coat in the roof mold, do the gel coat in the FC fan shroud mold, and then just vacuum bag both of them pretty much right after each other. So I'll do the roof first because I want to see that a lot more than the FC fan shroud. I mean, the FC fan shroud is going to be cool, but yeah, I can't wait to see the roof. It's been a long process. I didn't expect it to take this long, and I think, the first thing that happened was I restarted on it. So that was like a wasted 2 weeks. And now it's just kind of, it took me a week to build the new roof. And then it's just taken it seems like a week because there's the holidays and stuff to get the stuff that I needed. And now I'm still missing a gallon. So it's just shipping and stuff like that. So I never thought it was going to take this long, but it's what's to be expected when you're building stuff and ordering stuff and doing stuff like that. So also, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm probably going to release a video on the Stagia that I bought this week. So the Canadian border is actually closed. So I'm in the US, I can't go into Canada. And if I did fly into Canada, I'd have to quarantine for 2 weeks or something, which I'd probably kill myself if I had to sit around for 2 weeks and do nothing. So I don't know. Once the borders open, I'll actually go down there. I want to do some stuff. I have that polished Gretty intake manifold for the RB26 that I was going to use on the 240Z, but I'll probably end up using a different, or I'll probably just make an intake manifold for the 240Z RB. And then I want to do a timing belt, which I'm not exactly sure what's all done to the car. It looks like it has some stuff on it. I mean, it's a 98 Nissan Stagia 260 RS, which they're pretty cool because it's original. Well, it's not original. So Autech got them and put all R33 drivetrain. So it's a manual station wagon. So I'll have 3 pretty decent wagons. So I'll have to get the V70R wagon manual swapped. So it's 6-speed manual. Then I'll have the Stagia, and then I'll have the Hellcat station wagon, which will be pretty cool. So I'm just rounding up the wagons, I guess. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, I want to do some stuff. I want to fly into Canada once the whole quarantine stuff's all finished with, so I could do I have another set of cam covers and um, in the valley cover that I'll powder coat, because those covers on that car, they're pretty iffy. They're just kind of um, I don't know. They're just all cracked and peeling and stuff like that. So I'll do that. I'll do the Gretty intake manifold. Um, I might do an oil pump. I might do a water pump, a timing belt, like a timing kit. I might put adjustable cam gears, but I'd have to order all the timing stuff ahead of time, and I'm not sure if it has anything done like cam gears and stuff like that. So it'd almost be a waste if I bought some, and then it ended up having them. So we'll see. Let's see. Finally doing your Q&A early. Yeah, so I've been doing it late because I've been working on the charger so long, and it's just really set it back. So I always end up doing it really late. So today I just got done laying that 12K carbon fiber, and I pretty much am done for the day. So other than I have to edit a video for tomorrow, but I thought I could just do it now, and it would just kind of be a little bit earlier for the people that can't view them later. Hey Dave, hi from Scotland. What's going on? When's paint? So I've already been painting stuff. So once the roof mold's done, I could actually paint the body of the car, which will be nice. Let's see, what up on VW Bug? Which VW Bug? Are you gonna try to any big car shows? So the car is gonna go to SEMA, and I'm not sure which booth it's gonna be in, but it's gonna be in a booth. So I've already gotten some offers to have it in booths at SEMA. Just we'll have to see if I get any offers from Dodge. Hi Dave, how much horsepower are you shooting for? So it's gonna be 1,000 low, 1,500 high. Let's see. Hi Dave, greetings from Prague. Where's that? I don't know where that's at. Looks like a French flag though. By painting parts separately, are you concerned about the shades matching between panels? So it's not really that big of a deal. It's not a tri-coat, which is just like a metallic, which is pretty easy. Plus I'm spraying it all out of the same gallon of paint. It's not that big a deal. When you do candies, you can do everything at once, but as long as you count your coats, it's pretty easy to match them, which this isn't that hard of a paint to match. So plus I'm spraying it all out of the same gallon. It's not like it's something difficult. So it's all going to match. Shouldn't have any issues. But let's see. Hey Dave, happy Sunday. Have you worked with carbon fiber before, or is it fairly new for you to do? Is it difficult or harder than fiberglass to mold height for the great work you're doing? So it's pretty much the same. The molds, I think fiberglass molds use a lot less resin. It seems like the carbon fiber fabric soaks up a lot more of that resin, but other than that, it's relatively the same. There's a lot with the mold that I'm making. There's a lot more layers, which is just time consuming, and it takes really a lot of resin. But other than that, it's they're pretty similar. Past in smaller things like cam covers and stuff like that. Stuff that was this maybe like 2 square feet or something. So it's definitely large. So it's kind of a learning curve because you have to work pretty quick and stuff like that. It's not like when you're doing a small part, you have like 15 minutes to get the stuff down, and it's like you just do a couple brush strokes. But this, I'm brushing like the whole roof and stuff like that. So it is definitely difficult. We want to see Mini Cooper build, bro. It's on the back burner. I need to get the charger done. I've been really focusing on that, other than buying other cars. So anything Sunday, how you, Dave, hope all is well, brother. Thanks. V70R would be great. Yeah, I definitely, really all I need, I think, for that is like an aftermarket clutch and a flywheel, and I can just put the 6-speed manual and the new engine and stuff like that in there, and it'd be perfect. Let's see. Let's see, a Pinto with a Hellcat motor probably can't be done, but would be funny to see a little car with that horsepower. So people, I think, put bigger engines than Hellcat engines in Pintos. You need a Saturn wagon too. They're actually kind of neat. That gentleman's shop you're working out of, what's his specialty? Restos, bodywork, all kinds. Does he have a website? He doesn't actually have a website, but he just pretty much does, seems like everything. He does, I think he's working on original, I think he said it was original Shelby Cobra, like an AC Cobra from, I think it was one of their like cars. He's like restoring it for this guy, but it's at his other shop. It's not here. So he said he really didn't want to bring it down here because he would have to have an insurance policy here for like over $2 million or something if he brought it here. So I don't know. He does all kinds of cool stuff. So still waiting for you to make a full-size F-150. That paint is cold. Thanks. Hi, hello from Phoenix. Keep up the good work. Thanks. Or even better, a modern Ram Charger. Any thoughts on the interior? Just going to be factory Hellcat interior. You sell that VW Bug. Which VW Bug? I don't have a Volkswagen Bug. What are you doing for engine management, ECU, and PCMs? So it's just going to be the factory ECUs, and then I'll just have them tuned. These guys asking about the Bug are probably talking about the car they've seen in the background of the videos, probably a customer car. Yeah, it's one of Josh's friends' cars they're talking about. Dave, you drive your Hellcat in the snow. No, I don't have tires on it good enough to drive in the snow, so I don't, because it has Nennos, like they're pretty much like drag tires, so there's no reason to, they're not like slicks or anything, but they're definitely, I mean, I could drive it. I don't have issues driving. My truck tires are bald in the back, so, well, pretty much bald, but I really don't have an issue driving in the snow, so. Been following your builds since day one. Thank you for your content. Keep it up. Love from New Mexico. Thanks, Nicholas. What up, Dave? Hope all is well, man. Shout out from the West Coast. Keep up the awesome build. Thanks. Hey, Dave. Thanks for the great videos. Make sure everyone smashes the like button. Thanks, Steven. Oh, Stefan. Yeah. So I don't know. This is a pretty chill live stream, it seems like. Oh yeah, I had like a seed. Wonder how far this can go before it starts being all weird and laggy and stuff. You think it can make it in the paint booth? Oh, I could actually show. So I'll have a video out tomorrow of me painting the flares. Man, those look good. But I just need more laminate resin so I could finish this up. It's pretty close though. It's really nice though that the first two layers are cured, because I was really worried about the glue popping up was one thing. So I'm pretty pumped. I'm pretty excited about having this roof mold made so I could finally paint the car, because the car has been ready for paint it's been ready for a while. So, and probably this week while I'm waiting on that laminating resin, I'll paint the fenders, both front fenders. I might paint the front doors. I'm not exactly sure about that yet because they're pretty large. Just trying to get as much as I can painted. So once the roof mold's done, I could just paint the body and just be done. Like have this thing 100% painted and have the carbon fiber roof and stuff done. But yeah, I mean, molds are pretty interesting. It's still a little bit wet, but it just takes quite a bit of time to get it all laid out and all that resin spread, which I'll probably actually I might just make half of it. So I might just make like, I have been shooting film this whole past 2 weeks of doing this, but I haven't really made a video of it because I was going to make one single video, but the time lapses are getting so long that I must make like how to make a mold video of like a large part like this, and then just upload the whole week of just the progress, because it's one of those things where I have probably like a week worth of time lapse and stuff like that, and footage and stuff. So plus, I don't know, plus you guys could probably been waiting to see this thing, and it's taking a little bit longer than I was expecting because all the craziness with how time consuming it is. So hopefully I get that resin, I can get done by the end of the week, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I keep saying that, but once the mold's done, though, the part, I have all the stuff to make the part. So we'll see, because once the part's made, I think everybody's gonna be really, really pleased once the part's made, because it's just like people probably just don't understand. It's like I'm doing useless work almost, because I'm just making a mold and it's not really technically contributing to the car, but once the mold's made, I can make the roof skins. So it's just bear with me. I mean, it's one of those things, it's just tedious work. Let's see. Driving in the snow isn't so much about you, it's about the other dummies on the road. So it's actually pretty funny you say that, because last night I had to run to Walmart to grab some rollers so I could roll the resin out. And so I see this guy coming up to the stop sign, and it was already pretty snowy. And I was like, there's no way he's gonna stop. He's like doing 35 miles an hour. And so I just like slowed down, and he was like trying to make the turn into the parking lot, and like right in front of me. So I just like slowed down, and he just literally tries to make that turn and just smashes the curb with the wheels in his car. And I was just like, what a dummy. Like, I was just like, I wish I had that on video, but he just like straight into it, like thought he was gonna turn. It was just so funny. But yeah, it's one of those things, you have to watch out for those people. Incredible and awesome build from Fort Stockton, Texas. Thanks. Flares look really good. Thanks. How many miles have you put on the Hellcat since you've finished it? So I think I've put like 6,000 miles on the Hellcat, and the reason I haven't put more is because I don't drive it when I'm like working on stuff and dirty, and I'm always working on stuff and dirty. So I barely ever get to drive it. So I don't know. Over the summer, we'll be driving the Hellcat a little bit more and having some more fun with it. But let's see. That's a mirror-like finish. Is that right out of the gun? Yeah. So I haven't sanded that yet. I'm probably gonna 1000 grit it and then re-clear it. So I did that with the side skirt. because I was doing 4 coats of clear, but I think on everything else that I'm going to do, I'm just going to do 4 coats of clear and not do 2 coats and sand and then another 2, because it just gets to the point where it's just a lot of sanding, and it's going to be like this. It's going to be the same effect that I'm going to get. So, yeah, it'll be less sanding. So I don't really need to sand those, and I really don't need to add another 2 coats of clear. But if you have the side skirt that has 4 coats and then you look at that next to each other, the side skirt just looks a lot deeper. It just, I don't know, it just really looks glossy and deeper. I mean, that looks glossy, but it really, when you look into it, it just looks like you're going to get lost in it, which is kind of cool. So I want to do the whole car like that, but I might just do 4 coats and then wet sand it and buff it. Hi, bro. I am from Iraq, and I'd like to say Happy New Year to you and your family. Thanks. Same to you. How's it going? Oh, how's it hanging? Straight. Hold on. Straight. What? Can't wait to see the state. What we call station wagon in the UK. Paint awesome blue. Good choice, old chap. Happy Easter. Same to you, thanks. Have you ever watched Bad Chad's Customs before? He be coming up with some unique rides. I've never even heard of him. Okay, that's really cool to see. Hey Dave, great progress and happy for you, since it must be distracting to go back and forth. Small piece of advice: use foam to build straightener on your mold. Use foam to build straightener on your mold. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Frustrating, not distracting. Oh. Hello from Russia. I like your Charger Magnum project. I wish you good luck in further promoting the project. Thanks. Man, I haven't done a live stream so early in a long time. I think a lot of people aren't used to it. That's Josh's water. This is my water. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised nobody's pumped about the Stagia. I thought a lot of people would be more pumped about it. I feel like it was a good idea to buy one, but especially at the time. But maybe we'll see. Maybe I'll make a video and see what people think about it. Pumped about what? My Stagia. Nobody knows what Stagia is, so that's kind of funny. Did you buy one? Yeah, I did. So I bought one with one condition. Since I can't fly to Canada and look at it myself, so I put half the money down. What they're doing is they're going to put it up on a lift, give me videos of underneath the car and all the spots that where they would actually have rust issues, and then they're going to do a compression test and do a bunch of stuff, because I don't want to buy, a $23,000 piece of crap. So yeah, it's one of those things. Once I know that it's 100%, I'll send the rest of the money, and then it's not legal for another almost 2 years. So I'll have to store it up in Canada until it hits 25 years, and then I could bring it into the US. But even though it's going to be stored in Canada, I'll probably have a reason to go to Canada now, and I'll drive that thing around and have some fun. But yeah, I want to do some stuff to it and kind of get it moving forward. And then its original 260 RS, which Autech, like I said before, retrofitted all the R33 drivetrain into them. So they're actually a pretty cool car. They're pretty rare. It's a, whatever silver it's in, it's a 98 They only made like 120, 20 something of them in that color that year. So it's pretty rare. And I'm really I'm really torn doing the R34 front on it or leaving it factory because it's kind of a rare car. And if I do the R34 front on it, it you have to cut the core support out and then weld the R34 core support in, and all the headlights and bumpers and stuff. Like the headlights and bumper isn't that big of a deal, but cutting the core support out of it's kind of a big deal. But it's a really nice car. So as long as it doesn't have rust and we don't have any crazy issues like that, I've been looking for one for a while, and then I really decided to buy it because that company in Japan that bought all the R34s up, it's just one of those things. It's going to be worth money once it becomes legal. I don't really plan on selling it, but it's really nice to be able to like buy an investment kind of thing. So R34 dad wagon. I really want to put an R34 front on it, but I just don't want to. I don't know. It's just everybody does that. Oh, you bought it? That's awesome. This is the first I heard of it. Hell yeah. Did you hear about Chevy Camaro wagon? What do you think about the idea? I've never heard of it. Only 23K? That's a deal. So it's 23,000 US. It was like 30 something Canadian, which isn't that bad. I remember you asking about the Canadian border last week. Yeah, so I wanted to go up there. I was gonna fly up there, look at the car, and then buy it. But then I find out that there's like a 2-week quarantine period in Canada. So yeah, that's the whole reason behind me not going up there and just kind of buying it sight unseen. So I'll probably make a video about it. I'm not sure. It's not going to be cool because I'm not going to be able to go drive the car like I wanted to do. So I guess I'll just do like why I bought it and stuff like that maybe. But I have been looking for one for I don't know. I've always wanted one. Me and my friend back in high school, I think like 2005, he told me about him, and then I was like, oh, that's cool. And then back then, I knew about the R34s, and I wanted an R32 and an R34, but you couldn't get them in the States. And then I was like, oh, that's a cool like thing because it's a factory, not a factory, but it's a manual station wagon kind of thing. So it's kind of cool to be able to buy one now. So Happy New Year, Dave, from National Park, New Jersey. What's going on? Greetings from Brazil. What's up? How do you think the interior is going to come out on the Magnum? So it's just going to be factory Charger interior, Hellcat Charger. Any plans to bring the completed Magnum to a future SEMA if there's going to be one soon? So yes, as long as there's a SEMA this year, it's going to go. So don't worry about that. Leave original, please. Don't cut up the Stagia if it's a good example. It looks pretty clean in the pictures, but I mean everything looks clean in pictures. So that's really the reason behind having them send me videos and doing compression tests on the RB and stuff like that, just so I can not. I mean, RBs have, I don't know, a ton of issues kind of, and they're mostly maintenance related. But as long as everything's there, it looks like it has some aftermarket stuff on it. It'll be interesting to see exactly how much power it has and stuff like that. 2 years to wait. So yeah, it's gonna be 2 years, but I'll once I can fly up to Canada, I'll do that and be able to drive it around and stuff like that. Hey Dave, we're in Canada. I'll go inspect it close by. So it's in BC. Love your build. Can't wait to see the finished product. Thanks. Southern Ontario. So I think Ontario is it's east, isn't it? East. That's right. I think it's east. Good day from Maine. Awesome work on the Hell Wagon. Thanks. Reasons why no sunroof. I don't like sunroofs. I see no reason to have a sunroof in a car. If you need a place to store it for 2 years, let me know. In the Canadian side of Detroit, have a 45 by 60 or 40 by 56 barn with concrete floor. That's cool. It's in BC, so that'd be kind of a long way to ship it. Which I don't know. I wonder how much it costs to ship it, because it's a little. I don't know if that's a quicker drive. I wonder if it's easier to get it through customs up by Detroit, or if it's easier to get through customs over in like by BC. So, hey dude, I'm from Germany and drive a 300C CRD. What do you think about this car? It's a diesel one? That's kind of cool. I'm so ready to see the roof. Are you going to do a breakdown of the process? Inquiring minds need to know. So what I'm going to do this week is I have a video of painting the some random miscellaneous stuff like those flares and stuff. So I'll do that video tomorrow. I'll probably start doing some videos of what I've done to the mold so far, and then I'll make like a whole video of making a mold. It's just getting so long. I think most of that footage is just going to get lost if I make a single video. So I think plus it shows you kind of how tedious it is in the vlog. So I'll do that over this week, and then once I finish it up, I'll do a recap video, just so it's a little bit cleaner, I think, and it'll be more of a how-to video. So yeah, I think they'll probably work the best, which I think a lot of people kind of like it that way as well. Would you consider doing a Starlight headliner? I don't know. I've seen them. I don't really see the point behind them. I mean, they're kind of cool, but I don't know. Station wagon, 3-liter diesel. That's kind of cool. I wonder what kind of power you can make if it's deleted. Any updates on your Hellcats? So the Charger's been getting the roof mold made and paint, and then the other one just kind of has been sitting in the garage. Pretty early, bud. Thanks, Devin. Love, 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 love the color you chose. Thanks. When can we expect the engine build for the wagon? Probably in the next couple months. This build is for a buy for Dodge to build this new model you designed. What? Sound system? It's just going to be the factory Hellcat surround sound stuff. It got stock 218 horsepower and 510 Newton meters. So people have said that Nissan really underrated those, just like they did to the R33s and the other GTRs. So they're supposedly supposed to have like 325 horse, which it has. I think it has upgraded turbochargers. It looks like it has elbows, downpipe, and exhaust. It has a bunch of the Japanese electronics from like the early 2000s, and a bunch of HKS stuff. So I don't know. It might. Who knows? It may be making like 400, which would be pretty quick. But it has 10 coilovers, but I'm not exactly sure what version. Hopefully there's some good ones, and they're not just the HRs, or what are they called? I think they're HRs. Hopefully they're like a good coilover. It has the factory BBS wheels, which they're kind of sunk in, but they're really cool 17-inch factory Nissan wheels. So I'll probably keep those and put some. I don't know if I'm going to go with some like flashy wheels, maybe some like Works that are like chrome or something like that, or Maybe go with like an Advent or something. I'm not exactly sure. If I could find a good set of racing Spiricos, with like the night, like a good, like something that's nice and wide, that has the correct offset, that they're so hard to find in good offsets, so they stopped making them. But that'd be a kind of cool wheel for that car. I don't know. It's a lot of decisions. Happy Sunday, bro. Love the way it's coming out. Thanks. Devin Motorcycle Mechanic, donate $10. Thanks. 10 for skipping out early. I have work in like 10 minutes. Sorry. No problem. Thanks for tuning in, man. Are you selling this new model to Dodge so they can start making 2022 models? No, they'd have to pay a lot of money to buy this car. Anybody would have to pay a lot of money to buy it, because I want to enjoy it. Papercraft was talking about the CRD engine, I think, not the Nissan. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's see. What did he say about the let's see. Now I need to find it. Oh, 218 horsepower. That's, man, if you tune those things, I bet you could get it like 400 horse and like almost 1,000 foot-pounds of torque deleted. I bet Europe would love that. Let's see, do you ever had a Japanese car? I have a few of them. I don't have anything right. This is going to be the first right-hand drive car I've owned, but I've driven right-hand drive cars before. So it's Dave, love your work. I would like to come and film the wagon when it's done. Tight. Yeah, just DM me on Instagram. Let me know. Keep up the good work, Dave. Hi from the UK. What's going on? I was thinking Bose factory sound system would be pretty cool. Most of the cars that I bought that had Bose, it sounded pretty loud and clear as well. I think the Hellcats have like Alpine, or it's like it starts with a K. It's like Carmen or something like that. But I'll probably put the, like the Carmen or whatever it's called. I have that in my Hellcat. It sounds pretty good. My man Dave, almost there. I mean, there's still a long way to go, but we're getting close each day. It's nice to actually start seeing stuff getting painted and not just, grinding and welding and stuff like that. It's really nice to actually see the pieces being painted and stuff coming together. So other than the few setbacks that I had, I mean, I feel like I'm still making really good progress with all the work that has been done to the car. And then, really good progress with, I got a bunch of brand new parts, and they were, I don't know, they weren't in the greatest condition when I got them. So they had like a lot of factory defects and flaws and stuff like that I had to end up fixing. Just like one part out of, how many parts did I paint? Let's see, 1, 2, there's 6. So like 1 out of 8 parts was good enough to pull out of the bag, scuff and paint. So that's kind of disappointing. Dodge needs to step their game up. But let's see. That blue on point, my favorite color. I really like the color. I almost was gonna I wanted to spray a mid-tint blue over it to see what it would do, but I think it would be way too dark, and then it just add like a crazy amount of time to the car, and then I'd have to go buy like 4, I think they come in pints or something, so I'd have to buy like 4 or 5 pints to paint the whole car. So I don't know, it's I like the color how it is, but my son looking to buy a diesel truck. Which engine you like? He said 7.3 turbo. I mean, if you want, the 7.3 is good. It's a really good diesel to start with if you want like a cheap turbo diesel truck, like a 7.3 or a 6 liter. But I think the 6.7 that's in my power stroke is like they last. The trannies last as long as it's like a later one. But I mean, I leave it on the hot street. It makes like, I think it makes 1,000 foot-pounds of torque on the hot street, and I just daily drive it like that. So, like a 900 to 1,000, which is crazy. I had it on the race tune. It makes like 1,200 foot-pounds of torque, and it's like too much. Driving it around is just like way too fast. Hi, Mr. Dave. What's going on? Is the engine currently being built? No, it is not being built because I don't know. It won't take that long to build. I'll just have to order the parts. And I say this now. I should probably start thinking of what pistons, rods, and crank and who I'm going to have CNC port the heads and stuff like that. I probably should start thinking about that pretty soon. That's probably a good idea. So I could get all that stuff ordered, so I just have to take it down to the machine shop. Morning from the lockdown city, Biscayne, Australia. Lockdown? What? Only 38 likes. Let's go, people. Thanks, Jim. Will you be racing the Unicorn Mustang? I mean, if they message me and ask me to race, I'd race it. 6.2 Hemi, 7-speed, and convert it to left side steering, or that hard to convert. What? Left hand steering. I guess we're talking about the Stagia. I'm gonna leave it right hand drive. Okay, I'm so glad that I'm not the only picky person out there. You aren't caving to the pressure to finish it. I mean, I really do want to finish it. I really want to see it in paint, but I also don't want to paint it and have the paint nice and then just have the roof look like complete garbage. So, it's just part of the process. You can't do 100% on one thing and then do half-ass on something else. It has to be all 100%, or the car is 100% half-ass. So. How are the tolerances on your 3D printed parts versus your design spec? I printed some parts and the tolerances was plus minus 10% in some spots. It's pretty decent. The one thing that I've had issues with is it kind of making holes a lot smaller, because I don't know, as it builds up a really tall build, it just kind of seems like it kind of squishes it down more and more almost. So I don't know. And then I've had issues with the filament. It keeps breaking, so I'm not exactly sure what's causing it. But on really long prints, actually I've had to do it in pretty quick as well. I'm not sure if it's absorbing moisture on the PLA or if it's just the filament. Maybe the filament's not that great of quality, and it just literally I think what happens is when it retracts the filament is it pushes it, and then it just cracks it, and then after it cracks it just keeps printing. And then I don't stick around because that print was 100 hours. It got through like 48 hours, maybe a little over, maybe like 50 something hours. But I was down here at the shop, and when the filament breaks, there's no way to go back in there and fix it. So you just have to restart the print over, which I wasn't going to do. So and the print that I got off of it pretty much told me what I needed to know. It kind of showed me where stuff was going to be, and I think it's good to go. So there's a few things that I want to change on that. I was thinking about making a flange, but I'm probably just going to have it like the tank weld on instead of bolting together. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's a pretty cheap printer. It works for what I use it. I'm probably going to order some different filament and see if it does the same thing, but hopefully I can fix that issue. Other than financial, hold on. Other than financial, how do likes and subscriptions help? Help what? Like, have you done a basic shop maintenance check on hydraulic hoses, nuts, and bolts holding down things, stuff like that? I hate to see a hose bust in the middle of a paint job. You're awesome. Keep killing it. No, not really. I think, I don't know. I usually check my gun and the hose in the paint booth. The one thing I wish about the hose is I wish it had I wish it had a hookup on both sides, and I wish it like had a retractable thing so it wouldn't just drag around on the floor. So other than that, I mean, it seems like it's all right. I knew it 767 diesel was better. Thanks for the advice. It is a really great engine. The 11 to I think 15s, they had glow plug issues, but you just replace the glow plugs and you upgrade the fuel system issue that they had, and they're just as good as the newer ones. The unicorn is getting retired. Hopefully not before I race it. I'm building an 03 F-150 2015 Mustang Frankenstein. That's tight. It was the last time that they were doing something with the unicorn. They did a video today, I think. Well, Carbon Life. Yeah, I mean, it's so I'm probably going to do a video on how much I have into the roof after I make the roof, but I think it's going to be like $3,000 to make that roof. So it's definitely not cheap. Have you ever used the pedal box yet? I love those things. It makes the car feel like you getting more horsepower. How's that work? Are you gonna build the engine for the Magnum Charger yourself? I'll probably have all the machine work done somewhere, and then I'll assemble it. What's up, Dave? Not much. Great color choice on the Magnum Charger. Thanks. Was a carbon roof an overskin on the metal or a full swap? So it's gonna be a whole complete roof that's just going to glue in, so there's not going to be any metal in it. He's making the mold out of the metal, then full carbon after for final. Thanks. Some stuff I don't understand. For roof and carbon fiber track hook spoiler and the hatch as well. What is your plan B for integrating the transfer case controls if Dodge isn't going to help out with programming? So I'm probably, if Dodge doesn't want to help out, I'm probably just gonna I might just put it like on a G, like make it a Drino or something, and put it on like a G meter. So whenever I'm pulling, I'm guessing there's a point when you're pulling a certain amount of G's, you can figure out how many G's or that it takes to, that there's going to be wheel spin. So it could just literally kick the transfer case in automatically all the time, which would kind of suck, because I guess I could do it off of wheel speed. I could just piggyback off the rear wheel speed sensors and use a Adreno, so it kicks in the transfer case anytime it sees over a certain amount of like slippage. It's gonna be something like that. It's just gonna be like a piggyback system. If I can, and then I'll have a way to turn it off and on. So if I want to do burnouts and stuff like that. Dude, I think Kent is going from Ford to Mustang. I don't think he's actually parting ways from Ford. Here's to hoping your afternoon is another awesome day. Thanks. I love you so much. Thanks, I guess. You know this car is going to be in all magazines. You have done awesome so far on this car. Have to hand it to you for all the work you have done to it. Thanks, I appreciate it. I appreciate when people realize how much work it actually is, because a lot of people are just like, I've seen so many comments that people are just like, this has already been done before and all that stuff, and then like I'm like, post a link, and then there's like nothing. They like don't post links, or they'll post me links to like cars that are just front end swap Magnums, which I'm like, that's cool. I'm gonna do a front end swap on my Magnum, my other one, but it's not the same thing. So it's just really nice when people that watch my channel realize how much work it takes, and they realize when they watch the videos how much time it takes. Like the time lapse, if it's a minute, that doesn't mean that was a minute of me working on the car. It was like 5 or 6 hours of me working on the car. So Ken Block ended his relationship with Ford, hence Unicorn retired. Ford was probably tired of fixing that thing because it always broke. I don't know why paint booths don't have a hookup like a DIY car wash, like a boom that swings around the car. So you don't want that. So I actually thought about that. And then if you think there'd be, that thing would be swinging around, and then it'd probably, you'd have to clean it every single time because it'd get dust and stuff on it, and debris, and then it'd fall in your paint, and it'd just be a nightmare. So it's, oh my, carbon fiber hatch. Yes, it's going to have the same color, because the hatch, I wouldn't have done the hatch carbon fiber if half of it wasn't the roof. So, or like a third of it wasn't the roof. Let's see. When you're done with the Magnum Charger, do you have any plans, car shows to take it to? So I'll take it to SEMA, and then I'll probably take it to some other stuff, but who knows? I want to drive it around the country, which I was going to do that with the Hellcat this year, or man, I was going to do that with the Hellcat last year, but then everything got canceled, so that never happened. Do you know the Mitsubishi Sigma? It's got the same engine as a 3000 GT, just no turbos. Interesting. I wish someone could make a carbon fiber hatch for my Mitsubishi Ralliart Sport Pack. Dave, Dodge Corp, if you want, hold on, Dave, what? Dave, Dodge Corp, if you want any help on car, they're gonna try to get your design. Everybody knows who built it first, though. So built something to go up against Ken Block and the Unicorn. I mean, the Charger is going to be, it's going to be fast. I mean, I don't know how fast that car is, but I feel like I could get this thing in the eights. I'm not going to have a cage or anything in it, but it should be like, it might be like a high 8, but it's going to be like in the eights, which that's a pretty fast car. So I don't know. I don't know how fast the thing is, but it'll be definitely cool to see how fast I can get this thing to go, like what times and stuff like that. But I'm not building it solely for the drag racing. I'm really not that big a fan of drag racing. I'd rather do, road racing and stuff like that. So I would love to paint it. I'm an automotive painter for 30 years. Man, that'd be nice to just have somebody paint shit for me. When you think you will be ready to do the hatch? So the hatch literally doesn't have to get, I don't have to make the mold of it for a while. What I want to do is finish the carbon fiber roof mold, make the panel, paint the car, paint the doors, paint pretty much everything on the car, and then I'll make the hatch because I want to I want to see the car painted, and the carbon fiber hatch isn't going to be that big of a deal. Like that'll just be like the last thing, and then I'll put the carbon fiber wing and stuff on it. So then I can have the whole car pretty much 100% completed, and I won't have to worry about, you know, making the mold for the carbon fiber hatch and how long it's taking and stuff like that. I could just do that when I have free time, and it's not gonna be like something I have to really worry about because the car will be painted, and then I'll start working on the subframes and stuff like that. You're gonna bring the V70R back to kill the Evo wagon Trevor is building. I could bring the V70R back, or I could just race him in a Stagia. But we'll see. I don't know. I was thinking about talking to customs and seeing if I can get the car imported as like a show / race car, and then I could just apply for the 25-year pay. I could put all the 25-year paperwork in like 2 years, and then I could have it in the States in the meantime, because it's not like I'm not going to be driving it. I really don't think I'll be driving it. I'll probably drive it as much on the road as I do the Hellcat, which barely is ever. So, you know, that'd be perfect because you only have so many miles you can drive those cars anyway, which I would be driving it all the time anyway. No one has created what you are creating now with the Magnum Charger 101 for sure. Thanks. Contract ended with Ken and Ford, but enough about Ken. It's Junkyard Dave here. Amazing work. First of its kind. Very authentic guy. Thanks. I appreciate that. Eights is a fast car is the understatement of the year. I mean, I feel like people like don't realize how fast, like even the Hellcat. I mean, it's a factory car that it runs like, I think it runs like 10s or something like that with slicks. I think I got it like, I think I got like a high 10 before. I think it was a 10, something like that. But I mean, the Magnum, when I had the 6.4 in it, it ran consistent 13s. I mean, for, you know, factory cars, that's fast. Then, you know, Trackhawks are already faster than, I think they're faster than Hellcats. I'm pretty sure they are. And then I'm lightening the Charger. So I'm lightening a Trackhawk, like hopefully like around 1,000 pounds. And then I'm adding like another 800 horsepower to it. So I feel like it should be able to run like a high 8 is like the goal. And then I'll get kicked out from the drag strip. But what is the most expensive part of the carbon work? The initial purchase price of the equipment? There's not really much equipment to buy. I mean, you need a vacuum pump, and you need, you know, just pretty much a lot of disposable materials. But the most expensive part is the materials to make the molds. So if you didn't have to make a mold, carbon fiber pieces would be very, very cheap. So the carbon fiber to make the actual part, I'll probably only have, I would say probably like $300 in the roof skin to make the part. So to make the mold, I have like, I think like $3 or almost $4 grand. So the mold is very expensive. It's one of those things where you need one to make the other, but I mean, there's more expensive molds. BMW has aluminum dies as molds, and they press their carbon fiber roofs. But are you gonna paint the metal hatch just to have the car finished? No, I'm just gonna go from, you know, well, actually I'll clear it, but I'm going to go from, I'll paint the car. Once the car is 100% painted, I have the bumpers and everything on it. Then I'll do the hatch mold and make the hatch. Yo, Junkyard Dave, how's it going? Not too bad. How you doing? That 25-year rule sounds bullcrap. Thankfully, we don't have that in Finland. Yeah, it's a pretty dumb rule. I mean, call it mag charge. Is your Charger wagon going to have all-wheel drive? Yes. So so that's what I was thinking yesterday. So I was like, I'm gonna have 3 cool wagons, and they're all gonna be all-wheel drive wagons, and it's just gonna be cool. There was another wagon that I wanted to buy, but I can't remember what it was. There's another cool wagon, but it's I don't know. It'll be cool. Hey Dave, how's the weather? It's snowing today, but it's not bad. I like the snow. Customs is dumb about their rules. There are very, very limited exceptions to the 25-year rule. These exceptions are literally designed for guys like Jay Leno with $1 million cars. So it's just weird that you think the 25-year rule, and then once it hits 25 years, you just pretty much check a box on a form and then drive it across the border and then give you all the stuff you need. It's just the stupidest thing. I mean, it should have been abolished a long time ago. It's just for like cars. I mean, there's no reason to have illegal cars. It's just the dumbest thing. Let's see. So I wouldn't get your hopes up to being able to get the car in the country now. So the cool thing is I might be able to, if I have the Charger at SEMA, I might be able to convince the same company or another company, depending on who it's with, to be like, well, I have a Stagia and I want it to I want to bring it in the country, but if it's going to a car show, there'll be like a reason for it, and then I could just take it to other car shows like for 2 years, and then there'll be like a reason. So there is a stipulation where you can, I think that's the word to use, where you could take it to where you could get it in earlier than 25 years, but it has to be used for that, and it can't be, I can't use it as like my daily driver and stuff like that. So Dave, there is a small nub in both seat pillars. Is there on the Charger wagon for fitting the trim? What do you mean by a nub? There's like a trim thing on the door. Have you thought about custom 3D printing emblems for the Charger? So if I end up not being able to find a place to make the emblems that I designed, I'm going to just 3D print them and then cast them. Nitrous. Well, I blew that original Magnum up, the original V6 in the Magnum with nitrous at the Junkyard, which that was pretty fun. And then I did all kinds of other stuff to blow that engine up, but hold on. Yeah, it's a lie. You're not the only one. Not a hater, just saying love his channel. Maybe not the other ones, but a Hellcat Magnum. What? How much torque do you think the wagon Charger will produce? I'm not sure. That's the second one, the second torque. Have you seen the Mercedes-Benz W123 touring estate car wagon, which was customized by AMG with a Merc V12? It's in one collection now. I've never seen that. I've seen the V12s, but it sounds pretty cool. This car should be in SEMA. It would win awards like crazy. It's going to SEMA, but it's who knows if it's gonna, win any awards or anything crazy like that. Why name have to have Charger or wagon? Maybe just Dave Mobile. If you can't mill the logos, you can 3D metal print them. That's a good idea too. I could 3D metal print them. Oh, like titanium? That'd be nice. It probably costs like $1,000 an emblem though. That'd be interesting to see. I wonder how much that Supra intake manifold and the exhaust manifold cost to 3D print. It's probably like 10 grand a piece or maybe more. Maybe more. But let's see. Best thing at Walmart while working is Dave live stream. Love it. Hell yeah. Working and watching a live stream. That's the best. So on that note, it has been an hour. I need to do some stuff here to finish up the what I was doing with the mold earlier, and then I'm going to go home and edit a video and do stuff like that. So if you tuned in today, thanks for tuning into the live stream. I will have a video out tomorrow of doing some stuff to the Charger, and then over this week I'll start painting more stuff and getting more stuff painted and get hopefully the mold once I get the rest of that laminating resin finished. And then once the mold's finished, I can make the roof, paint the car, and we'll maybe get into painting the body next week, which will be really awesome because once I paint the body and I'll already have the fenders painted, I can paint the front bumper, paint the rear bumper, put the bumpers on the car, and it's going to start looking like a car really quick. So thanks for tuning in. Until next time, see you guys later.